Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Indeed, there's a lot of excitement in the air, super excitement. A lot of Lego fireworks is about to begin. And of course, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has unveiled who the legal luminary that will be, at the defense council, the lead defense counsel for Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, he has a special message for everyone during the court case. Before we go into the newspaper to unveil who the person is and what Ifeanyi Ejiofor, special message for everyone who are actually anxiously waiting for the trial of Nnamdi Kanu to resume. Like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let us start with what my barrister Ifeanyi said. Well, barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, who visited the indigenous people of Biafra leader in DSS detention at Saturn yesterday, described the fresh 15-count charge the worst abuse ever of court process and a joke taken too far. Today, we were served with a 15-count amended charge filed by the Director of Public Prosecution of the Federation in respect of a case already scheduled tomorrow, that's today. Okay, he was given the count charge yesterday against today for the hearing of our preliminary objection challenging the competence of 7-count amended charge. This is indeed a joke taken too far, as the federal government of Nigeria, FGN, is now scouting for opportunity to truncate today's proceeding, knowing fully well that the smokescreen charge is dead on arrival. This 15-count amended charge was no doubt brought in bad faith and is aimed at needlessly prolonging the proceedings in the cause. The same federal government that brought our client to court is needlessly initiating processes that would delay the trial. It is worthy to note that an amended 7-count charge had earlier been filed against Nnamdi Kanu since October 2021. Pursuant to which a preliminary objection was raised against this 7-count charge as amended. These parties have fully filed and exchanged proceedings and processes and argument on the objection, and the same has been set down for hearing. Brazenly, a day before the hearing date, and without affording the court the opportunity to listen to argument on the objection and take a decision on the objection raised one way or the other, the prosecution, in utter bad faith, filed a further amended charge to supersede and supplant the earlier amended charge, on which issues have been joined on the objection raised against it. This is indeed the worst kind of abuse of court process. Although the prosecution has the liberty to amend a charge, it cannot exercise prerogative to abuse the process of the court or to supplant an objection that has been raised against an earlier amended which has not been even decided on, or to overreach the defense, or to render nugatory or as a fiat accompli the decision of the court on a preliminary action against an amended charge that is to be determined. Nevertheless, we herein assure Umu Chineke that we have already devised a solution to every of their antics. It will all end in court. They can only run thus far. We therefore urge you all to wait. We urge you all to await the legal fireworks in court. There must be light at the end of the tunnel. Coming from Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Then let's find out exactly who this legal luminary is that is bringing a lot of excitement and so much excitement in the air. And the embattled Biafran the battled Biafran nation agitator Nnamdi Kanu has engaged the services of a constitutional lawyer and human rights activist, Chief Mike Ozekhome, the senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, to fortify his defense in the fresh terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. Hey, Ozekhome himself, my God. Ozekhome stormed the Federal High Court in company of Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who had earlier been leading a team of lawyers for Kanu. Ejiofor confirmed that changes have been effected in the defense in view of the new charges from the federal government. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up at the court premises and its environs. All roads leading to the court have been effectively blocked by operatives of the Department of State Services (DSS) to ward off possible threats to life and businesses buy hoodlums. Everybody understand that, of course. When the court case begins, they will close up everywhere. That's always been the case. Sometimes they will tell you how much they spent just one day bringing our Nnamdi Kanu from detention down to the court case. Okay, but let's look at this critically. Already, Ifeanyi Ejiofor is saying that the people should calm down. There are fireworks waiting. They have prepared their letdown rules. But honestly, when we heard that that's been moved from 7 to 15 count amended charge, and it was just a few hours to go, I was just wondering, this is one of the should I call it undertaking moves done by the federal government. But then he said that is a case of abusing the proceedings. That you, of course, according to Ifeanyi Ejiofor, you can actually supplant, you can and do all the necessary, but doing it in this manner is, abusing the court proceedings. I really do not understand what he means by that. But all he's trying to say is that whichever way they're trying to do, even if he's trying to delay the trial, because definitely they will have to start, preliminaries here and there. Then before the whole thing will take a long process. And something that they have already jumped and, they've concluded that part. They're now going to start all over again. To worsen it is the fact that they have been given 3 days to trash this out to see how Nnamdi Kanu can get a bail. And Mike, Chief Mike, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is already in the picture. So, of course, for a Senior Advocate of Nigeria, he understands and the dynamics of the Nigerian Constitution and the loopholes therein that he could leverage on. But rather unfortunate. And to make it very interesting, they had actually written to the United Nations, or rather the international bodies, international countries, to come at least send their representative to come witness the fireworks, to see how the legal processes will be taking place in Nigeria. But to our shock and amazement, the reply was not too encouraging, and especially if you're a fan or supporter of Nnamdi Kanu, they just said, but they usually do not engage in things like that. In fact, they will be observing. They will be observing. There's no problem. They're observing from wherever they are, and that's quite. Remember, if you are conversant with what is going on, you could remember Omoyele case. If you all could recollect, and the fact that the wife of Omoyele, in fact, did not just talk. She was standing with a senator of the United States of America. In fact, they were having a press release. The senator called her in to explain. When Sowere's first court case began, then the United States was already in the know. They sent a representative to monitor it. In fact, that was when Sowere's case, they started adjourning the thing. They were adjourned today. They now gave him, okay, you cannot move out of Abuja. And since that time, Sowore has been, but they, put him in detention. And they can't, because why? There's already international eye on him. Whatever you want to do, just make sure that the day you are ready for full court cases, we'll be there. And one would have expected something even much more from Nnamdi Kanu. But let's just see how the fireworks.